I really appreciate you coming and having a chat with us, Nishit. You have not been with FTUK for very long. Joined at the end of September. An amazing performance on your 50K instant funding account. Your first payout with us as well, $603, I think it is. Fantastic performance. You're only trading gold, and I always ask the people that are trading gold the same question, and I'll ask you as well. Why gold? What is it about that market that sort of that makes you want to trade it?
It just gives a bit more of like scope because initially from an Indian background, we've always been focused on gold and how that can improve, and we always know and understand how gold moves in the market, what affects it. There's news all around the world that affects it. Plus, you can see nowadays because of the trade war, Trump,
Yeah.
you know how gold is moving really, really fast. So I, as a trader, whenever I'm taking up a position in gold, I always try to mark as much probability as possible in order for which direction it's going to pick. And you know, nowadays of all of this, there is a high probability it is moving up. So that's the reason why I picked gold.
Yeah, it has a sort of like almost like a perfect storm at the moment on gold because we're in the height of the Indian wedding season as well. It really is a market that is moving. So I understand it from that point of view. You've been very disciplined in just focusing on that as an asset class. It all looks intraday. There's 82 trades on your account. Your longest trade, I think, was only just under an hour. So talk me through your trading strategy. How are you approaching when to buy and when to sell?
I observe the market throughout the day, and the market opens after the closing hour. So instantly after that, there's always been a rush of movement in the market. And in that time period, gold always tends to move in one sort of direction. It's either a sell or it's either a buy. And with that support, if you see the timing of my trades, it's usually just after it opens. Before I used to pick the 130 time frame, which is US opening. But then obviously due to news events and stuff, it does tend to get quite volatile. And then obviously in order to get a safety range, I've tried every single time zone and that one fits me perfectly because the longest time frame has been 1 hour and the
Mhm.
shortest has been 13 seconds. So in that time period, it's always picked one direction regardless. So if there is like a gap opening, for example, in order to build that down, I need some sort of surety that it's going to move down. Then I can click on the sell. Or if there is a gap down, then I can click on the buy. Like it's closed, then I look at the previous day, I mark the highs and lows, and then try to get the direction of the flow.
So it's almost like you're mapping in your technique in your time frame based on
Yeah.
what the inherent direction of an initial move on gold is. Now, I noticed on your account, your average winning trade is $96, and your average losing trade is a lot higher at $153. However, your hit rate, that's what is doing it for you at the moment. Your hit rate is something like around about 73%. So where's that accuracy coming from? Are you using any indicators, any specific tools to know when to actually click the button? And then how are you managing that downside risk?
I'm not using any indicators at all. I've only focused on price action. If there is a bigger body and smaller wick, that means there's more volume to the downside. If there is a bigger wick on the upside, that means there are more sellers coming in.
Mm.
And you get the feel of the market that it wants to sell down. There's more pressure coming down. So certain probabilities and with certain price actions, it allows me to understand how the candle wants to navigate where it wants to go. And in that way, it's easier for me to take the trade at a higher hit rate. But sometimes I'm not always right. So obviously what happens is sometimes I do have a losing trade, which I'm not fussed about.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
it does. It makes a lot of sense. And you mentioned just before we jumped on the call that you've only been doing this for about a year. What's your background and why did you decide to get into trading in the first place?
I got into trading is because I wasn't as much disciplined as I was before. Trading, everyone looks at it different perspectives. I looked at it in terms of it's going to make me more disciplined.
Mm.
Second of all, it's going to make me more mentally stable in terms of having to achieve goals and how you can do it. Money is just a byproduct of everything. If you put in the hard work, if you put in the discipline, then you're going to get the money anyway, which is necessary. Everyone's looking for shortcuts. So if you follow everyone, you're not going to get nowhere. So you might as well take the longer route. Go for the higher time.
Absolutely right. There are no shortcuts.
Exactly.
None.
If you
And
take shortcuts, well, tough luck. You're going nowhere.
you end up having to go back to the beginning anyway, so you might as well do the work from day one. Yeah, it's exactly the same sort of like motivation that drove me when I first started trading. How has your experience been working with FTUK so far?
Pretty seamless. I mean, you just know which levels you want to hit. There are some cases where you feel like you know how the market's going to move, but you need to control your consistency score as well. And then in terms of service, fabulous. Instant replies, really like them. Overall, FTUK has been pretty fabulous for me, definitely. I agree.
That's fantastic. The whole trading industry is not an easy one to work with. So to get a payout is fantastic, and we're really, really pleased for you. The long-term goal, where is it you want this to take you?
I mean, you guys have a scaling program, so technically I'm trying to achieve scaling program to the max. Well, I haven't taken the level 7 yet, but I probably will. And then just keep on trying. I've picked FTUK. I'm happy with it. The main thing is even if you get $100 payout, it's $100 payout.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Well, listen, it's really, really good to speak to you. The payout will be on its way very, very soon with fantastic performance on the account. Thank you very much for your time, Nishit.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.